Hey, how you doing? I just making a little video on a little update of my little Maui excursion. Anyways, yeah, I've been here on Maui for a couple, maybe 2.5 months. I made some other videos, my new Taylor guitar, and before I left to come here, I had picked up a Fishman Aura Spectrum pedal. Funky name. Gotta love these names. Aura Spectrum. Ooh, okay. Uh, and on one of my trips back, I brought it back with just to play it with the Taylor. I'm using. I just figured I'd give you an update of what's going on. So I've had a gig here. Got a gig with a local artist here, and went really well. Ayala. It's pretty cool. I'll post some probably on the channel pretty soon, but came out pretty good. Anyways, here's the sound of the guitar. It sounds great. I'm using a Boss Katana 50-watt amp, and here it is plugged into the Taylor. Sounds fine. Sounds pretty cool. But with the Fishman, it sounds really good. What the Fishman Aura does, it's like a direct inbox, a DI. So theoretically, and I probably will end up doing this, is if I want to go play somewhere with the acoustic guitar, I can bring the box. It's 9-volt battery. It's easy to set up and just plug into that and out from there into a soundboard. And it will give the sound of a mic'd up guitar. Hang on, I gotta hold this up, which is really nice, and it sounds great. There's 16 presets, and there's a bunch of selections for different types of guitars. They do have one for nylon, and the reason I'm making this is I haven't seen any videos people using a nylon guitar. Hardly anybody uses them, I think, except for like classical players and goofy guys like me. And better people, better guitar players. But anyways, I will plug it in a second. So here it is. And I'll actually make some other videos with the recorded sound of this, and it just sounds stellar. So it gives the effect of a guitar that's been plugged in and it's going through speakers, which is awesome, because otherwise it can sound kind of piezo-y, if that's even a word. But not that the Taylor does. It doesn't. It sounds great. It doesn't sound like a piezo pickup, but this will kind of compensate for that and give it a much more like live mic'd guitar sound, and we all know that sounds great. So let me plug this in. My volume's a little bit over center, probably about 2 o'clock, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. They give you instructions on how to set this up. They want you to have it clipping a little bit, though I haven't done that. It's probably a little bit below clipping. It's got a blend knob, which will blend the dry sound or without the effect, and then with the effect, which I think is brilliant. It means that there's 2 signals to play with. How much of the mic sound do you want to have as opposed to how much of the dry sound. So here's it fully dry. Here's it with fully blended, or the full. I had some reverb from the amp on. It sounds rich. It really does. I'm using the preset 12, which this keeps going off. Don't you hate when your electronic devices turn off? Number 12 is a combination of a cedar top, which I don't know what that means. I think they recorded these guitars, and this one happened to be a cedar top with rosewood sides and a DPA 4011 microphone top. Now, all these microphones that are on here probably worth more than this guitar, like 10 guitars, because I know microphones, really good ones, can be a lot. They have everything from something called a Schlopes CM-C464. Not that this means anything to me, because I just don't know microphones. Shaping bad on me. A Soundlux E47, a Newman, I've heard of those, M147, AKG C1000S. I guess the S is important. A Soundlux E47, a Newman M147. You get the idea. Anyways, and with combinations of different types of guitars, I guess they use. Like, here's a cedar rosewood one, number 1. I do like this one. I'll page through them. Here's one. This was that Schlopes microphone and a cedar top. Here's a spruce. I'll just go through them. You can kind of hear them as I change them. Sounds cool. There's a nice. It's number 4. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, number 5. Here's number 6. Which is a spruce and a top and a cypress back and sides. Let's hear how this sounds. An AKG C1000S. Pretty cool. My favorites kind of happen to lean towards the fuller sounds, and there's some really full ones. Number 12 I like. That being said, I think why it's important that they have all these different mics is that some mics or some frequencies that are picked up by these microphones will cut through a mix. Let's say you're playing with a percussionist, a drummer, or it's in a band. Some of these sounds will not work. They'll work, but they're not going to cut through the mix. They're going to be too mid-rangey or too bottom end, and so on and so forth. And you can dial in your sound in a band context that will have a lot of presence and will push through. I think that's the biggest use of it. So this unit does have a low, middle, and high EQ knobs on there. It's awesome because it's got a compressor on there. I love using compressors for clean stuff, like either clean guitar or acoustic guitar. It really stops some of the really far up and down or going over. It really evens it out. If you want a lot more dynamics, you can turn the compressor to more dynamics or to less on. It is a 1-knob compressor, so it's really kind of just doing its thing across this sweep. Here's with no compression on there. I'll try setting number 7. 7 is a spruce and a rosewood Soundlux E47. I wouldn't know one if it hit me upside the head. Boink. All right, here we go. Sounds really warm. I'll put the compressor on halfway up. Here's it off again. And then here's fully on. Not the lid. You can hear it's just pushing the amp. Oh, okay, so now it's starting to feedback. Watch this. You hear how it stopped? These cats are so cool at Fishman that's a button, emergency button, stop emergency anti-feedback button. So you hit it, and as you can see, I just did it right here. Watch this. It's gonna start feedback. Boom. Is that not cool? I don't even know if anybody else on these videos made a video yeah, okay, here. You can read about it, read their info pack on it, but they call it the anti-feedback with up to 3 notches, whatever the hell that means. I don't know. Yeah, we should speak English sometimes on these things. But anyways, basic thing is that if you hit it, you can kill the feedback. They also have a phase switch on here, so that can actually help you out. Anyways, let's back off the compressor knob because it's pushing the amp and pushing all the signal a little bit too hard. So I'm gonna keep it on 12. Here's it on 12. Here's number 6. My apologies, 8. Spruce guitar with mahogany sides. It's a Newman M147. Sounds kind of bright and tinny, but like I said, sometimes that's what will cut through for you. Here's number 9, which is cedar and rosewood, a Soundlux E47. Has a little bit more bottom end. Sounds killer. 10 is a spruce guitar with the rosewood sides using that Newman mic again. Pretty cool. 11. One of the ones I like is 12. That's this one. So here's, I'll make a chord and that on this. Actually, I'm going to use number 9 and then go right to 12 so you can hear the difference. Hear that? You can hear it. It's doing stuff. There's 12. Here's 8. Here's 12. It just sounds fuller. There's a little bit more highs going on in there too, I think. Here's 13. Once again, a cedar and rosewood guitar. Here's a Shure KSM 141. I don't know what it is. Not too fond of 13, but everybody's got their own taste. Maybe that's somebody's favorite out there. Here's 14, spruce and cypress. And here's 15. The last two are Newman 147s. This happens to be made off a guitar with cedar top and rosewood sides. Sounds cool. And here's the last one, 16. Spruce top with cypress. Man, where do you get these woods? Cypress on the sides. And once again, the Newman mic. And here's the difference between 16 and number 1. Here's 16, and here's number 1. Very similar. Here's 16. And we're ending off, this is number 12. Now I think kind of what you want to do, I guess, is that you want to match up your guitar with the microphone type to get the purest kind of EQ signal for your guitar. And I could care less about that. I just think, in my opinion, and I'm probably wrong, but you would want to match your settings, your 1 through 16, on what sound you want to hear coming out of the guitar. Whether you want it more, a little more high end, a little bit more bass. Use your ears to judge. I don't think you'd be wrong to, oh, I don't have a Cypress guitar. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. I think you have to match it with the situation. Every place you're going to play, coffee shop, hall, auditorium, out busking, and I would definitely use this busking, is going to demand, or you're going to want to match your EQ to the setting where you're playing, just my opinion. Other cool things about this device, it's got a USB port, so I think you can hook up to your computer, once again, read the manual, to download other stuff into here, other settings. other, hang on. Yeah, you can, yeah, so listen to this. Fishman's Aura Image Gallery software allows users to access images for hundreds of guitar makes and models through our free Aura imaging library. Very cool. I mean, that's product support. That's pretty good. And you got to install this program on your PC or Mac, and the software allows Aura images to be sorted, managed, and grouped. Users can then take advantage of the preamp's open architecture by loading Aura images via the USB cable. Expandability, that's freaking awesome. Anyways, I've really just touched the tip of the iceberg, because this device will, it has set here, hang on one second. It has settings for 12, hang on, I'm just gonna bring it here. 12 strings, bluegrass, jumbo, concert, orchestra, dreadnought, all these different types of guitars, as well as your user images. So it's, I don't know, I can't say enough about it. I used this for the gig, actually, with my partner. He had a couple guitars that he was playing through this, and it sounded phenomenal. The Taylor just shined. The guitar and this Fishman unit shined with this. Things I don't like, I guess I have to be fair, is that there's no off button. Fishman. There is a blend knob, but really there's no off button. So theoretically, I can't just leave this plugged in without the signal going through there. There's no bypass button. The reason being is because at this gig I was going back and forth between my clean electric guitar and an acoustic guitar, and I just felt like, oh shoot, it's on. I guess I could have turned the blend knob all the way to but I don't know, it just seemed like another thing on the signal chain. I'm not sure if this is buffered. I would imagine it's a buffered guitar pedal, but not quite sure about that. Anyways, I just wanted to post this. A really usable pedal. I picked it up and definitely doggone happy I did. Here it is. Sorry, just goofing around. There it is. Hope it was helpful. If you play a nylon string like myself, I didn't see any guys making videos on this, and I really wondered how it sounded. And it's well worth the money, especially if you're, recording, or I imagine you could use this recording, just use it as a preamp, DI going right into your interface, and it'll sound cool. And you'll see some videos with this on there. But all right, hopefully it was helpful. Thanks, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, take care.